or so her uncle claimed. Destitute enough to seek a connection with an utterly unsuitable earl? If money was in question, it was a certainty. Uncle Reginald would sell his own soul if he could get a farthing for it. "Lord Beaumont is a peer now," her uncle said, drawing her attention. "He is not the man you knew. A leopard cannot change its spots." "Now see here, Astrid," he said, blocking her path. "It is done. Lord Beaumont has pledged—" "You will stay a far step from me, uncle, and I don't care what that man has promised. He will never—" Astrid broke off, the threat as empty as the power she held, which was none. Without a husband of her own, the truth was that as their guardian, if her uncle wished to marry Isabel off to a pox-marked pauper, he could, and there would be nothing either of them could do about it. Such was the place of a woman in their world. Astrid switched tactics, turning toward him, her voice softening. "Uncle Reggie, be reasonable. Isabel hasn't even had a season yet. Perhaps she can make an even better match, one with greater reward." She let the suggestion hang in the air, knowing the promise of coin would make her uncle salivate. The Viscount thinned his lips. "Better an egg today than a hen tomorrow." "Spoken by the rooster who has nothing to lose," Astrid said under her breath, though her stomach churned. Had he already made a settlement with Beaumont? Reasonable discussion was clearly getting her nowhere. Shooting a look of pure loathing at her uncle, she darted around him to the salon doors and shoved them open, searching for her sister. Isabel's face was pinched and her spine rigid, with fear or shock Astrid did not know. Thankfully, her sister sat on the sofa, hands clasped in her lap, while Beaumont stood a short distance away. Not far enough away, in Astrid's opinion. No one else was in the room. Gracious! Where on earth was her aunt? "I thought I told you I wished to be alone, Everleigh," Beaumont said over his shoulder, annoyance flashing in his eyes for a second before he realized that it wasn't her uncle who had barged in. "Ah, it's the spinster. Have you come to congratulate us?" he drawled, satisfaction creeping over his deceptively handsome features. "I assume you've heard that I intend to court your sister." She let out a breath, but before she could form a reply, her aunt emerged from the far end of the room, her face pulling tight with vexation. Astrid frowned. Good Lord, but Aunt Mildred's designs were transparent, even though they weren't in London. Her aunt well knew the rules of the aristocracy, especially with respect to chaperoning unmarried young ladies. Astrid swallowed the spurt of anger when she thought of how easily Isabel could have been compromised. Her eyes narrowed with sudden understanding. Is that what my fortune-hunting relatives intended? Astrid's frustration pricked as her eyes touched on the smug face of the Earl of Beaumont. She bit her lip, fingers clenching at her sides, her stomach threatening to upend itself. If she hadn't forgotten her market-day list, she would never have returned in time, and who knew what else might have happened? Right now, however, Isabel was safe, and that was all that mattered. She was safe, right? Swallowing a rise of dread, her gaze shifted to her sister. "Isabel, are you well?" she asked. Her sister nodded, though her rosy skin was ashen. "Yes, but I do feel a bit of a megrim coming on." "Perhaps you should rest." With a grateful look, Isabel nodded and stood, bobbing a hasty curtsy in the Earl's direction, and fled the room with Aunt Mildred on her heels. Beaumont gave a careless wave as she left. "I'll be seeing you soon, dearest." "You will not," Astrid said. His stare raked her from head to toe, making her feel as if she were wearing far less than the sturdy grey woolen dress, with matching pelisse buttoned up to her neck. "Tell me, Lady Astrid, what can you do to